I'm so Casey.
How Casey are you?
I'm born, raised, and currently living.
Okay.
But I got dreams.
Hey.
Of being hardly home, but always repping. Telling the story like only I can tell it, because there's a billboard that reads America's Most Wanted Black in the Sunshine, which makes it hard for her to see where she's walking. But before you start talking, this is her neighborhood. There's no such thing as pixie dust and fairies, and the closer she gets to flowers being in the yard is dandelions, and those ain't nothing but please. The closer she gets to a role model is the old man on the radio asking, have you seen her? And tell me, have you seen her? Oh well, she lives this, and since you ain't gonna pack up her rags and move it to Beverly, she has to endure this. I'm a good girl with a lot to offer.
Yeah.
I'm a good girl with a lot to offer. I can do just about anything above and under the sun to make my man happy. It's what I tell myself when I wake up in the morning. Trying to make myself believe it when the fact is I don't. I give and get nothing in return but another burn added to the folds of my heart. I'm smart with a good head on my shoulders, but the only thing I'm good for is making the men in my life realize the woman they should be with is the one before me. When really, that chick did them scandalous, and that's how they found me, but now they're leaving. I find myself after you left, and a new one comes along, relating the small mistakes to the big ones you've made. I'm listening to slow songs, trying to bounce back into the mood of love. I'm reading romance novels, hoping that one of the men will fall out of the page and into my lap so I can breathe relationship again. But you hurt me beyond measure, and now that I think on it, I think I changed my mind again. And it's not anything that you did or didn't do. I won't go so far as to compare you to a dog, because that's an insult to dogs. I'm wishing indecisive. I got enough floating in the air to add love to the fact that only makes my anxiety overreacting. I could be a lover, but I'd rather be a loner. Yeah. Because the half what was once described to me as healthy dope companionship anymore these days is complicated. Especially since being self is something that I've become accustomed to. And don't get me wrong, I have my moments. Days when I wish I had someone I could share with. You know, family and friends are totally different. The kids can't even feel this void. The back and forth gets exhausted and left. Once upon a time, I thought I had found love. Thought I knew how things would eventually be, but the memories they only went about as far as waist deep. Never quite pierced in the heart, and Cupid played his tricks when I was a kid. I thought I was doing something. Now, lately, I've been praying. I grew up in church. Even though I haven't been in a while on purpose, I've been praying. It's the same prayer that Jenny prayed. Once when she was a child and then again in her adult life. And what I used to laugh at when I was a child, now in my adult life I find myself saying it. Applying it to various situations. Y'all know it. Dear God, make me a bird. So that I can fly far, far away from here. Dear God, make me a bird. So that I can fly far, far away from here. All we really knew was that her daddy was a drunk and she was running through a cornfield. All she knew to do was pray, and my young ass laughed. She was trying to get away. It wasn't nothing funny about that, and I understand it more now that I'm grown. We can admit it now. Forrest Gump wasn't your typical love story. Forrest wanted to love. Jenny only thought she knew what it was, searching for it, going through the motions when all along it was right up under her nose. Might not have been packaged how she imagined it. Jenny didn't want to fuck it up, but she knew that she would. And if you've never seen the movie, I just spoiled it for you. He gets the girls. After she exhausted all of her options, and I'm gonna stop right there. How y'all doing tonight? Well, I just gave y'all like a mashup from the first book. Some of those are in the book and some of it's not. But tonight I have another book here, and this is special. You all get to see it first. It's Bittersweet 16, Lost Soul, Naive Girl. This collection of poems are poems that I wrote in an effort to heal from trauma, in an effort to heal from hurt, in an effort to try to heal a broken heart. I wrote this book, and so this is a real, it's kind of, this is kind of serious for me. So we can get into the book now, or I can give y'all a funny one about my son's father. Y'all want to hear that one?
Whatever you want to do. How you feeling?
I know y'all love it when the drugs talking, but shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. Shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. If God be the source, then I am the plug talking. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Feelings.
Yeah.
Nothing more than feelings. Where do they come from? Why do we use them? Get them confused, abused. There's so many questions and not enough answers. And I got tired of getting it wrong. If there was a light switch, I'd turn it off in a heartbeat. If there was a pill, I'd chew them bitches like Skittles. Chug it like my favorite drink if I had to drink it. Use the finest rubber to tie around my arm if I had to shoot it. A crisp $100 bill if I had to shoot it, and I'm strictly a weed smoker. But I'd try anything to get away from these feelings. Or maybe I'd avoid those feelings like those drugs I just mentioned if it was just that simple. You see, I've read plenty of definitions and still can't comprehend the meaning. But somehow I always find myself getting caught up in my feelings. And that's that piece. Feelings are a bitch, ain't they? Am I caught up in your feelings? You get to use your feelings. I used my feelings, and my feelings got me in trouble. You know how you know something's not right, but then you still do it anyway. Right?
Like you were a child.
It's just like you know better. But if you do better, you would do better. You know, that type of thing, right? So I wrote a poem about it. Y'all want to hear it?
Yes.
We here.
I'm sorry.
Don't do it.
I'm sorry.
Let it go, girl.
The thought of you.
Oh, wow. Make you throw up, boy.
My stomach drops in my ass, tears form in the corner of my eyelids, and I can taste the vomit. I never thought I would see this day. I never thought there would be a day. You see, I caught the feelings that you truly tried to hide your hand. Too late. I saw you. Kept seeing you. Kept answering the calls. Kept wondering what this was. Kept holding on when really there were enough reasons to let go. You didn't love. Barely cared for me. It was just entertainment. I must have been amusing. He said he enjoyed my company. I was a vibe. A real good time. He said I knew what he liked. I hit the spot every time. I didn't do it like her. I did it better. I got with her, reached my catch my breath, reach for climax, and be ready for round two. He was waking me up most nights. Last call for alcohol, he was pulling up on me, and I'm not proud. But I'll admit, I'm the bitch he cheated with. Creep with. The shit went on for years, and if you was to ask him, you probably wouldn't get an answer. Hell, we taking the wild guess together as to what it could really be. It could have simply just been him, wanting to have his cake and picking his frosting too. Or maybe he wanted us both. He had us both. Gave you his name but blew my back out. Said pussy was his but cared less about the soul that was attached to it. In the same breath, telling me I better not be giving it away, and my naive ass saw all this love. A thing that we had, a game of cat and mouse. Is it rape?
No.
If all the other times you were playing hard to get? I said no. I said no, don't do this. We don't need to cross this line. What about your wife? He kept his ring going. He kept going. Kept telling me that I missed him just like he missed me, but I didn't miss him. I opened the door because I was used to him. But I thought he knew that I was done. You see, I've said no before, but this time the no went ignored. You see, I used to think I really had to mean something. You know, you wouldn't be on my top like this if it was just an understanding. Never thought I would see this day. I never thought there would be a day I'd find myself pissed because I allowed it to go on for as long as it did. He pretended. He called it friendship. I went from loving you the very thought, my stomach drops in my ass. Tears form in the corner of my eyelids. You are the scum in between my toes. You make me vomit. The very thought of you makes me sick. That's that.
Yes!
So you can find that one along with a couple of other pieces that are near and dear. I'll probably do a couple more out of this in a little bit. But I usually don't. I try not to do a show without paying homage to the reason why I'm here, and that's my son. He's the reason why I'm here. So next time y'all see him, tell him thank you. But you know, it took me a while to be able to stand here. I remember me and his father got into an argument once, and he told me, "Don't be writing about me." All right, so here's the rule. Here's the rule. The worst thing you could ever do is piss the poet off.
Say that.
Because then once you piss the poet off, the chances are you're going to get rolled up. So he pissed me off, and I wrote him up. Y'all want to hear?
That's the drug right now, James.
Can I be honest with you? Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, you'd have thought that I woke up that morning and said, you know what? I'm going to get pregnant today.
That don't work like
yep.
that.
And it's going to be by him.
Oh.
Yeah. This motherfucker thought that he was bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? One. The bus was late. Two.
Ooh.
Responded to a random text message. 3. Time, space, and opportunity. I took the steps. 4. I should have hit the button.
Period.
5. I was gonna leave before my pussy failed me. 6. My pussy failed me. I was still going to work. 8. I was gonna be late for work. 9. That wasn't the only thing that I was late for. 10. It's the boy. It's a boy, and basically that's my story. But let him tell it. I was stuck on stupid. Convinced he was the cream of the crop, I set out to ruin his life. This motherfucker thought that he was bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? 10. You asked for him and then reneged. 9. 6 months old. The only time that you've seen him outside the picture's 8. He's 8. 7. Argue me down about your whereabouts. 6. He doesn't believe that you exist. You must be in outer space. His words, not mine. 5. I never knew what wasting the benefit of the doubt was until there was the likes of you. 4. I wasn't gonna waste this lead on you, but I had to get it off my chest. 3. If you knew better,
you do better.
You would do better. 2. You could try, but refuse. And like Ray J, if I had one, it would just be. I wish that nigga would be a father. So that's that piece. So
you can put music to that one.
I try not to make a habit out of like talking stuff about me. And sometimes you have to be honest and just tell your truth, right? And so a part of telling your truth sometimes it gets a little vulgar. So it gets a little.
It never gets
just a little bit. Just a little bit. So can I tell y'all the truth? They say confession is good for the soul, right? And so I'm gonna confess some things, and then I'm gonna set myself free. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Open the door. I just need no notes.
All right. You ready to take me home?
I got you.
got
I got you. I'm in agreement.
You got
me.
me?
Don't touch me, agree.
All right. All right. I like to fuck.
Me too.
Watch out now. Watch out.
That's the end of that piece.
And be fucked.
Several times.
Royally. I just don't talk about it. I keep the escapades in the back of my mind like a pictogram. They flash from time to time. My mind stays in the gutter. I fuck when I'm I'm happy. I fuck when I'm high. I fuck when I'm sad. I really want to fuck when I'm mad.
Yes.
But get this, I fuck myself better. I just like company sometimes.
There you go.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's the only time, or the only thing that I really have to give. It's the only time that I really and truly allow myself to feel. It's the only time that for a moment, I'm nobody's mother. I'm not a daughter. I ain't got to worry about all the shit going on around me. But I'm trying to focus. Focus. I'm not here for you. But you all breathing in my ear, promises to please, and I'm like, please stop. The moment is over. Fuck, I'll just do it myself. Because I like to fuck. And be fucked. Because fucking is my coping skill. Ooh, that's it, that's it. Woo! No, listen, so for real, seriously, sometimes, you know, there are some people, you have some people that when their hearts open, when their hearts open when their legs do, like, that ain't me. That's not me. They're not simultaneous. There's not a string that's connected to my leg. Okay, that's another. So I've been doing poetry for a while, for a real long time, and I think I just got to a point where I can tell my truth. And there's a piece that I started with in the beginning that I want to run it back one more time. Because I don't think y'all got it. How many Forrest Gump fans I got out here?
It's been a minute.
So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Everyone's I went through. No, that's okay. I'm gonna ruin it for you anyway. It's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and do this piece again. I used to have a love-hate relationship for Jenny, and then I realized I was her. And not so much in the sense that, you know, I was promiscuous or something like that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that I made mistakes in love. I made mistakes out of love. I just wanted to love. And she did too. So can I run that back for y'all one more time?
Ma'am.
All of them.
Lately, I've been praying. I grew up in church. The church is still in me. Even though I ain't been in a while on purpose. I've been praying. It's the same prayer that Jenny prayed. Once when she was a child in the beginning of her adult life, and what I used to laugh at when I was a child, now in my adult life, I found myself saying, applying it to various situations. Dear God, make me a bird. So that I can fly far, far away from here, dear God. Make me a bird. So that I can fly far, far away from here. All we really knew was that her daddy was a drunk and she was running through a cornfield. All she knew to do was pray, and my young ass laughed. She was trying to get away. It wasn't nothing funny about that, and I understand it more now that I'm grown. We can admit it now. Forrest Gump wasn't your typical love story. Forrest wanted to love Jenny. Only thought she knew what it was, searching for it, going through the motions, when all along was right up under her nose. It might not have been packaged how she imagined it, and Jenny didn't want to fuck it up, but she knew that she would. And if you've never seen the movie, I just spoiled it for you. He gets the girl after she exhausted all of her options, and it got me to thinking, it's running. I've been running. A country mile trying to avoid it like the plague, because it's the most exhausting thing that I've experienced in life. This thing called love can oftentimes be confused with lust, and we end up placing it where it doesn't belong. Placing it where it doesn't belong, but what stupid is, and stupid does. And life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. And I got a box of half-eaten pieces of chocolate and run over shoes from all this running. I want to love, but I don't know what I'm doing. Jenny didn't know what she was doing. Just what she got into. And Forrest was always there. Despite the trees, the drugs she used, the men she chose, she saw it, and it was too late. Got me wondering if I'm too late. If I let Forrest get away. Being a bird. Then again, isn't that what I prayed for? Yeah. Dear God, make me a bird. So that I can fly far, far away from here, dear God.
Please.
Make me a bird. So that I can fly far, far away from here. Pray with me, folks. That's that piece.
I'm glad you read it back.
I don't know where I am on time.
Period.
10? Not 10 minutes. All right, so, you know, so I think I lied a little bit. I said I don't do a lot of male bashing pieces. I got one more. This really ain't a male bashing piece. This is like, you know, you heard somebody, you know what they're saying. They're lying to you. You know they're lying. This is a lie. This is a horrible lie. I can't believe you just said that and you think I'm supposed to believe it. Like, I wrote a poem about it. Y'all want to hear it?
Yes.
All right, see, Mari, no. See, Mari, no. Listen, Mari, listen. I love him. I love him. Really, I do. But he got to understand that I'm a woman. He has to let me be that. He can't control my every move. I mean, just because he sees me talking to other dudes, that don't mean I'm cheating. It's just conversation at the moment. How his number got in my phone, I'm not sure. He's not my type. He's not my type. I mean, look at me. I mean, me fucking him would be like pigs flying, and I wouldn't fuck him with another female's pussy. So what's that to you? The only reason I didn't come home is because I ran out of gas, and you know how that is. I sent you straight to the voicemail because my finger slipped and my battery, it was going dead. That's why I didn't call you back. See, don't look at me like that. That dude you saw me in the car with already has a girlfriend. Besides, what's that matter? You the one I'm coming home to. The only reason I jumped in the shower coming from the club, my girl started smelling like smoke. And besides that, I had a long day at work. And the only reason I'm going to the other room, I'm on the phone, is because sometimes I had trouble hearing. Signal was bad. And that text message you just read, that was my cousin. He was just playing. And I put that on everything. I could have sworn your middle name was Ronnie. I could have sworn that it was you that bought this for me. I don't think your mama would like me, that's why I'm not ready to meet her. And your birthday is today? Oh, damn. I thought it had already passed. And I ain't got to explain myself to you because you should just trust me. This sounds like shit. I know. That's what I hear from you.
Yes.
So I gave you 2 out of here.
I thought she was talking about you.
That's what I say, huh?
I gave you 2 out of here, and I guess I can give you another one.
Saying all that. Signal bad.
You know, I kind of struggled a little bit with this book. If I can be honest with you. I struggled a little bit. Just because I had a heart, and for 16 years I used it, and it broke. It was shattered into 1,000 pieces, and I've been trying to put it back together again. And so here we are. This piece is the last piece of this book, and I wrote this piece for a reason. So can I share it with y'all?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Share the whole book.
Y'all not gonna. Again, I'm gonna need you to escort me out.
I got you.
You got me.
You have to buy some books. Unless you're going to buy them.
Right.
$10.
The 10, yeah.
Got you, girl.
But at any rate, remember when I was saying I was the bitch he cheated with? Yeah, I said that earlier. So this is my farewell. I should have quit answering the phone after you called the second time. You announced yourself. I didn't give a fuck. Okay, I responded. You hung up. Well, what the fuck? Either you didn't have questions, or you didn't want to hear these answers. I'd have told you whatever you wanted to know. You were looking to find, and I was gonna give it to you. I didn't have shit to lose. All he ever said to me was, I better not be giving it away, and I guess that was just to justify the time he had to spend with you. He moved like a thief in the night, keeping just enough distance not to raise any suspicion I was his help. The nigga was smart. Miss Lady, I knew of you. Nothing about you. He never said a thing. Good, bad, or indifferent. Just referred to you as his old lady. He would ask me if I remembered mid-stroke, saving nuts because the sun was coming up and you were calling. Y'all met 2011, right? I'm getting off the subject. But that ain't even half of what I could have said. He hung up before I could say any of it. I guess you didn't want to know who you were laying next to. Or maybe you knew and didn't want your suspicions confirmed, intuition validated. Or maybe you were going to believe whatever this nigga told you. I'm curious. What's he going to say about me? I was 19. He was 23. We met on a note with a note on a napkin and I gave him my number. The ball has always been in his court and he played, mainly when the street lights were on. His last game, May 4th. 2022, wasn't scheduled. A pickup game for old time's sake. I let him win. I should have stopped answering after you called, after the ring, but he kept calling me. I was trying to be the friends he said we were, and I guess we'll never know what he was trying to be. Nice girl.
Written about somebody very special. It's personal. I just keep watching.
I love this music.
Thank you.